Prince Harry is opening up about what the future holds for his family, and there could be some big changes ahead. In a clip from the new documentary titled Harry and Meghan: An African Journey, which airs on ITV, Harry talks about wanting to move to Africa. A reporter asks Harry, "Is this a part of your future, do you think? Do you intend to spend more time here or even live here for a while?" And he replies, "I don't know where we could live in Africa at the moment. We've just come from Cape Town, and that would be an amazing place for us to be able to base ourselves. But with all the problems that are going on there, I just don't see how we would be able to make as much difference as we want to, without the issues and the judgment of how we would be able to with those surroundings." And even if Harry and Meghan can't make the transition to moving to Africa, Harry made it clear that the continent will still be his and Meghan's main priority, adding, "The rest of our lives, especially our life's work, will be predominantly focused on Africa and conservation." He added, "It's a very hard place to live when you know what's going on, and then you're sort of again slightly disconnected from it." Despite Harry and Meghan's decision to stay in the UK, the royal couple remains focused on their efforts in Africa. "The rest of our lives, especially for our life's work, will be predominantly focused on Africa. On conservation," Harry said. "There are 19 more countries across this continent, and there's a lot of things to be done. There's a lot of problems here." Africa has a special place in Harry and Meghan's heart. Harry has spoken of Africa as his second home, and he also opens up about visiting the continent for the first time shortly after his mother's death. He said, "Ever since I came to this continent as a young boy, trying to cope with something I can never possibly describe, Africa has held me in an embrace that I will never forget." Harry started his charity, Centerville, in Lesotho in 2006 to help vulnerable children and young people in the country. He is also the president of African Parks and patron of the Rhino Conservation Botswana. Meghan has ties to Africa as well. In 2016, she became the global ambassador for World Vision Canada, traveling to Rwanda for the Clean Water campaign. The couple traveled to Botswana together early in their relationship in the summer of 2016, and again to celebrate Meghan's 36th birthday in 2017. The documentary, Harry and Meghan: An African Journey, was filmed during their tour of Africa in late September, a milestone trip that marked their first royal tour as a family of 3. The royal couple wrapped up the final leg of their tour with an afternoon reception at the British High Commissioner's residence. Both Meghan and Harry gave speeches, taking the opportunity to thank Africa for their hospitality during their stay. The Duchess of Sussex also shared an important message to young people around the world. "I remember being a young girl, watching TV and seeing what was happening in the world, and frankly, often feeling despair. Because when you continue and constantly see and hear negativity, it can be overwhelming. You can feel powerless and lost. You can feel different, confused, or like you don't belong," she said. "And I'm sure there is a young girl or boy watching this and thinking maybe the exact same thing. So this is for you. In a world that can seem so aggressive, confrontational, and dangerous, you should know that you have the power to change it," Meghan continued. "Because whether you're here in South Africa, at home in the UK or the US, or around the world, you actually have the power within you to change things. And that begins with how you connect to others." The royal mom added, "I have learned from the people I've met here that whether it's about society's expectations of masculinity or femininity, or how we divide ourselves by race or faith or class or status, everyone has value, and everyone deserves to be heard and respected. And if you live your life in that way, your generation will start to value each other in ways the rest of us have not yet been able to do so." Harry also spoke about his love for Africa. "I want to thank you again for the warm reception here today, and everywhere myself and my family have been," he said. "As I said to the young entrepreneurs this morning, Africa will always have a special place for me and my family, and I can't wait to return."